Okay, good evening. I hope that you're around. Mr. Baisa, we're going to start the class next time. Good evening. Okay, so today we have something. Okay, we were studying this part yesterday, and let's continue with this part of the book. And we have, this is a form, right? A rebound form. Maybe for those who work in a warehouse, you know, an almacén, right? In a warehouse, maybe it is useful, or maybe someday you will have the opportunity to do it, or in a cellar, right? Bodegas or different, or maybe just if you want to, if you receive this kind of form because you wanna refund. Okay, so I think it's not complicated. Okay, but let's read it. Here we have a sender's name and address. So that's the sender's name, okay, and address. In this case, it's a company, right? So, and here we have the address. And the specifications, please note, Waterlooks, that is the company, customer satisfaction warranty is 90 days. From date of purchase. Remember that purchase is a synonym equivalent to buying. Okay, buying. Retain a copy of your records. Enclose the original with the merchandise. Okay, similar to products. Use one line per item. All quantities are to be reported. Remember the pronunciation with ed at the end, right? In this case, we pronounce it because the original verb ends in T. So we can pronounce this ed. Reporter. Reporter is a space. All items returned. In this case, I don't pronounce ed because the ending of the verb, the original verb or the base form is en. So remember the rules. In this case, if the verb ends in en, we need to do the sound of the D. So returned with D at the end. No returned. Okay, just to keep fresh about the previous. It was an important topic of the previous level. But as I said, okay, that if I have the opportunity to keep that fresh, that topic fresh, because it's very, very important, so I will do it. And here I have a lot of ed, right, or regular verb, so we can practice and remember pronunciation. Will require the original order number recorded. Again, we have the ending D, so I can pronounce it. Recorded, I mean the ed. On the form, so credit can be, what is the pronunciation in this case? Again, we have one more ed. What is the pronunciation? Can you help me, Mr. Fuentes? What is the pronunciation?
Procedure.
Okay, in this case, no, we don't pronounce ed when the ending is s. We pronounce like processed, right? Processed. So as you can see, guys, thanks, Mr. Fuentes, for answering.
Okay.
Okay, so remember, guys, that in this case, we have three different sounds at the end. Can be a t, can be a g, or can be il. Three possible sounds when we have this ending, regular verbs that ends with ed, 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 ed. But we didn't pronounce them, okay? We didn't pronounce them in the same way. Reporter, returned, recorded, and processed. Okay? Okay, just to remember. Okay, can you read the first part, Mr. Ramirez? No, the first part, no. Number 1, just to practice pronunciation, because I think it's more to practice pronunciation than the vocabulary, because here we don't have, right, something complicated. Just okay. Number 1, please. Mr. Baiza, number 2, and Mr. Fuentes, number 3. Please, Mr. Ramirez, help me with number 1.
Number 1, please note, Waterloo customer satisfaction warranty is 90 days for date of purchase.
Okay, purchase. Very good.
Purchase. Okay.
Yeah, there you are. Very good. Thanks, sir. Mr. Baiza, can you continue with number 2?
Retain a copy of your records, include the original with the merchandise.
Okay, with yeah, merchandise. Okay, with. Thanks, Mr. Baiza. And finally, number 3, Mr. Fuentes.
Use one line per item.
Per item?
For item. All quantities are to be reported in each space.
Reported.
Mm-hmm. In each space. All items returned.
Returned with the at the end. Returned
will require the original order number recorded.
In this case, yes, we pronounce like reporter, recorded
on the form so credit can be processed.
Okay, excellent. There you are, processed. Okay, don't forget it, Mr. Fuentes, please. 3 different pronunciations, right? It's just to remember the level, the previous level. Okay, the ending that I guess, right, that your previous teacher told all of you the when to pronounce the, when to pronounce t, and when to pronounce it. Okay, it's based on the ending of the basic form. Okay, we have here D, right? Antes de agregar ed, yo tengo el verbo original que termina con D. Acá también, antes de agregar ed, yo tengo el verbo original que termina con T. So those are the only letters, remember. At the end that I pronounce. Reporter, recorded, solo si terminan en T o en D. Si no terminan en T o en D, tiene que ser o la pronunciación, right? O T, o D, ¿ok? But solo si termina la forma base en T, report, termina en T. La original, so cuando I add ed, cuando agrego el ed, para hacerlo pasado o participio, porque es regular, so I will pronounce reporter. Ok, una cosa es que termine con T y otra cosa es que pronuncie ya cuando está el ed con T. So it's different, right? In this case, in the first case, we need to take into account just 2 letters, T and D. But for the pronunciation of the and t, okay, que ese ed se me hace un t o ese ed se me hace un d, ahí sí hay más letras, right? Hay más letras. Okay. Okay, so don't forget it, please. It's just to keep that in mind. We're gonna continue. If they appear, we're gonna continue reinforcing this topic because we don't pronounce all of them in the same way, right? And we don't say for all of them, what else cleaned? No, right? It's cleaned. Present, clean. Past, cleaned. Okay, so remember that, please. Continue with this form, refound form. What is the information that they supposed to have? Here we have stock details, reason code, and here we have reason code, and here we have the specifications, right? We have letter A, adverse event, letter D, dissatisfaction, P&P, product performance. Okay, so those are the codes. Okay, A, D, P&P. Okay, so here we have date of purchase, quantity, item number. This is the product identification, right? Reason or code is this specification, order number, etc. Well, as I said, I think it was a good opportunity to remember this pronunciation and to keep it in mind, to keep it fresh. But about the vocabulary, I think it's not something complicated. Okay, and this is an example of a refound form that you have in your book. Okay, an example. Maybe you don't work with this kind of forms. Maybe yes, maybe no. But anyway, right? It's good to know a little bit about different areas in a company or in an office. Okay. In this case, can you identify what are the reasons the customer wants a refund? Can you identify why? What's the problem, let's say? What's the problem? According to the form.
Product performance.
Correct. What happened with the product performance? That's correct. Dissatisfaction, right? Dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction, the reason are dissatisfaction and product performance, correct. That's one. Very good. And so we have two. Dissatisfaction and the product performance. So it's not working correctly. And very good. Thanks, sir. I think it was Mr. Baisa. I'm not sure. Okay, would the customer get the refund?
Dissatisfaction.
But for number one, yes. But I already answered number one, right? That was the reason are dissatisfaction and product performance that Mr. Baisa said. He said one and I add the other. But we are now in number two. Would the customer get the refund? Yes or no? Get, remember that is similar to obtain, right? Would the customer get the refund?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, correct. Why? Can you identify why?
Relevant reason?
That would be which one?
Okay.
Okay, what's the relevant reason? That's what we need. The relevant reason. What is the relevant reason? The missing parts, right? The missing parts. So we have here, that's why. Yeah, maybe the customer would get the refund because there are some missing parts. That's the relevant reason. So it means that this is the reason. So the customer has a reason. And what is the reason? That some parts are missing. The missing parts. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Thanks. Okay, guys, so excuse me. So we have here how, let's say, to get in touch with this kind of form, how to get some information, maybe how to fill the information, right? How to complete, because there we have some information that we need in a refund form, and how to make the let's say how to get the information from that form. Okay, and that's it with this part. As I said, it's not something complicated. It's more just to get in touch with an example of a refund form. But we practice pronunciation with regular verbs, right? I hope that you keep it in mind. And if you don't remember, okay, try to practice, okay? That's what I make an emphasis. That's not the topic, right? But we are reading, I make an emphasis of that situation so you can keep it fresh. Or maybe you can say, okay, I don't remember that. I need to review that part. Or with the information that I give you, you can do it better each time. Well, let's see what else. That's it with this form. And here we have, before we go to the main topic, here we have a survey. You know survey? Yes, right? A survey is when some people do some questions, maybe a written or maybe an oral survey sometimes. But most of them are written, because if they are not written, they are more like interview, right? So survey is a written form in which you answer specific questions and you have specific options. That is a survey. Okay, it's common, right? That some people sometimes knock your door and say, okay, can you answer some questions, please? Yes? Does it ever happen to you? That some people knock the door, they say, knock the door like this, right? That is knock the door, okay? And you say, yes. And the person say, can you answer a short survey? Do you open your door and you give some time to that kind of questions? Or what do you do? What do you say? Hmm? When people knock your door, right? Like this, remember. Okay? Or maybe the bell, right? Cling, cling. Okay. And someone you say, yes? Who? Right? So someone answers. Okay, do you have time? Can I do some questions for you? Can you answer some questions, please? Okay, I'm doing a survey about your preferences for next election. Okay, or about your preferences for different parties. Remember, parties, partidos políticos, right? No fiestas, but it's the same word. But it's parties, partidos políticos. So that kind of survey or any kind of survey, when that person knocks your door, what do you answer? I don't have time. Sorry, I'm eating. Sorry, I'm leaving now. I'm on a phone call. I'm very busy. I'm in my English classes. I don't know. Or you say, and you go out and you say, yeah, tell me. What's the first question? What do you do? Since you are few people, let me go one by one. What do you do? Miss Miranda, what do you do when that happens? What's your answer? No around, Miss Miranda? Okay, maybe she's not around. Okay, next person. Mr. Fuentes. What do you do, Mr. Fuentes, in that situation? What are your answer to, or what is your answer to that person? Do you pay attention? Or you say, or you don't answer and you keep silent? Okay. No hagan ruido.
Teacher, le entendí que cuando alguien llega a mi puerta y pregunta por si puedo responder yo una pregunta de una encuesta y qué es lo que yo
Correct.
respondo.
That is a survey. Yeah, I gave you different examples, right, for people to understand. So I gave you different options that you say, sorry, no, I'm busy. I'm number one. Number two, I'm on a phone call. No, I'm almost leaving. Okay, no, I don't know. I'm working. I'm in my English classes. Or you go and you say, yeah, you take your seat and say, okay, tell me, what is the first question?
Okay, for example, I say that I am take a shower. I take a shower.
Really?
Or I am washing my clothes.
Okay.
For example.
Okay. Okay, those are interesting reasons, Mr. Fuentes. Okay, those are new reasons. Yeah. I haven't thought I haven't thought on those options. You say, yeah, okay, good. Thanks. Those are so you don't, let's say you don't give time to that person. Never, sometimes, or never.
Never, almost never.
Almost never. Okay, good. Okay, thanks, Mr. Fuentes. Okay, next person, Miss Rodriguez. What do you do in that situations?
Generally, these people calls in my work time.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm working. And they
Okay.
said, and they said, can I call you again later? And I said, no, sorry, I don't have time.
Okay, no, I will continue working.
Yes, all the time.
I'm a slave.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, and what about if they knock your door, Miss Rodriguez? Not a call, but if they knock your door.
I don't open the door.
You don't open the door.
No.
You keep silent and you say all your family.
Yes.
Keep silent.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's funny. Thanks, Miss Rodriguez. Okay. Who's next? Let's see who's next. Maybe Mr. Baisa. Do you answer the, do you open the door and you answer the survey? Or you say like Mr. Fuentes, I'm taking a shower. Okay. What's your situation, Mr. Baisa?
When you was with nice calm talking the door, I am ¿cómo decir? No, please.
Okay.
No.
Okay. No, just like that. No.
No. No interest. No interest.
No, I'm not interested. I'm
No,
not
no.
interested.
No interest.
Okay, okay, you're a direct person, right? I'm not interested. But sometimes I understand that sometimes we get given a specific excuse because these people insist sometimes, right? Maybe if we react like Mr. Baisa, something like, no, I'm not interested. Okay, maybe they understand that sometimes they can say, insist, continue. No, but look, it's something just 2 questions, 3 questions. It won't take more than it won't last more than 2 minutes. It's fast. I don't know, right? And once I did it in 5 minutes, 8 minutes. Oh, come on, you say 2 minutes, I said. Yeah, this is the last. This is the last. So since that time,
No time. Yeah. Go.
okay, you go back to your house, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I see that these people is not lucky, right? Thanks, Mr. Baisa, for your answer. Mr. Ramirez, do you have another reason?
Oh, depend.
It depends.
Depend.
Depends on what?
What time or inquest short for question only.
Okay, it
Yes,
depends on.
yes, or no.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you first will check the questions.
Yes, no, so it's the question.
You will say, okay, let me see that survey. Okay, if yes, no, yes. If it is not yes, no, no.
No sé.
Oh, okay, Mr. Ramirez, that is interesting. Okay, that is interesting. You will check first the questions. Okay, thanks, Mr. Ramirez. Okay, guys, here we have a survey. So I think that we have clear with your answers and with those examples. I think that we have clear the concept of a survey. Okay, here we have a short one. An example, right? An example. How satisfied are you with this product? Rate your opinion about the product's quality. Okay, high quality, average. Remember that average is in the middle, right? Similar to the middle. Low quality, very low quality. Okay, very dissatisfied. Dissatisfied. Remember that in this case, we pronounce fied. Okay. Sorry, I was distracted because it started raining strongly and I listened a strong noise. I said, what is that? But now I know that it's raining. Okay. Well, I was not expecting that to rain today. Well, it was cloudy, right? But I don't know. I didn't expect that today will be raining. Okay, so sorry, the interruption. My distraction. Okay. Okay, so here we have number 3. The value of the product is excellent, good, poor, very poor. Will you continue using this product? Yes or no? Okay, so that is an example of a survey. Some of them are longer, right? Remember, it depends on different surveys. We have a huge variety of survey. Sometimes it's yes, no, like the one that Mr. Ramirez answers, okay? Son las únicas que contesta Mr. Ramirez, yes or no. But we have some others that are a little bit longer, the answers or the options. Okay, so this is just an example that they are giving you. Examples of what is a survey. Okay, and the options with a product. So we have a couple of documents, okay, for you to know. A couple of documents like this survey, a short survey, and the refund form that we were working at the beginning of the class. Okay, so according to the previous form and to this survey, what is your analysis? How was the customer experience? Tell me in your own words, please. How was the customer's experience? According to the previous.
A bad experience.
Okay, it was a very bad experience, a dissatisfied experience. Okay, yeah, definitely. Is the product a good one or a bad one?
The product
Bad
is
one.
a bad one.
Correct. The product is a bad one. Okay. Remember the use of one. One is because I don't want to repeat what word? Product. So when we don't want to repeat a word, we can use one. Is this product a good one or a bad one? Because I don't want to say, is it possible, right? But it sounds like a repetition and repetition. It would be like this. Is this product a good product or a bad product? So that's the idea. To replace the previous word. So it means that I need to use what I mean, I need to have a word when I use one. Remember that this is a very common expression and we sound very natural when we use, for example, remember the expressions? Those ones, which one, that one. Okay, so it's very, very common and sounds good. So you can add this one in your conversations, you know, because if you don't want to repeat a word, use one, okay? Like if you have options, do you like this? Do you like this cell phone? But you didn't see it, right? So you can ask, which one? Okay, because it sounds better. We can say, which cell phone? Yeah, of course, we can say that. But you can use which one? And I can answer this one. Okay, it's not necessary to say it again. This cell phone. No, which one? This one. No, I like that one. You see? Toda una conversación con one. Okay, so combined with different words. The original question was, do you like my cell phone? There we have cell phone. And then which one? This one. No, I prefer that one. Or I like that one. I like this one. Okay. And the last question. Think about possible problems the customer have with the product. Okay. What can you imagine one problem that this customer had because of this bad quality?
A bad product is very low quality.
A bad product is regular?
Very low quality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, but the question is, think about, well, it's not a question, right? But think about possible problems the customer had with this product. What problem? Imagine, right? Imagination. That is imagination. What is a problem?
Maybe
Yeah.
the product doesn't work.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I think that was the problem. But what problem that situation caused to the customer? A problem.
Probably missing part, for example.
Yeah, missing part was the problem, but about possible problem the customer had with this product, okay? Maybe the missing, maybe the production stops, right? The production stops. Maybe, okay, he couldn't, because it doesn't work, he couldn't give the product, let's say, and he lost money. Okay.
Teacher, for example, the product has not guarantee.
Okay, the product in this case doesn't have guarantee. Okay. Okay, has no, oh, well, you can say has no guarantee, but doesn't have guarantee. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe, right? But in this case, it has, remember, because we have a refund form. So it has. Okay, but that's an idea. Okay, the important is that you give your opinion. Remember, guys, it doesn't matter if they are true or false. The important is participate. Okay, thanks. Okay, well, that's what we have with this situation. And now we have a new, this is the last topic. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue, maybe just we'll be doing some other exercises with this, and we'll be working with the interchange book. Today we'll be working with the interchange book too. So this is the last topic, okay, for unit 2. So let's start. In this case, you can see this is another modal verb. Okay, this is another modal verb. If you remember, would was part of the modal verbs that I presented, okay, yesterday. So in this case, if we combine would with another verb, with the main verb, it gives like a possibility, but not just could, right? Could, podrías. Y era la posibilidad solo con el verbo podrías. But in this case, you can have that possibility with any verb. Cambiarías, comprarías. Okay, so we have here a possibility. When we add would, it means that we are thinking, we are expressing a possibility. Because this is equivalent to the ending ría in the verb. Okay, so I would change this product, or they would change this product. It's a possibility, right? He would buy there again. If he had the possibility, si tuviese, right? The possibility, he would do it. He would do it. Lo haría. Okay? So the meaning, like all the many modal, like many in this case, is not like can, must, that they have a specific meaning. Can, poder. May, poder. Could, podría. A specific meaning. But in this case, no. In this case, the meaning of good is in the verb because it doesn't have a specific meaning. Cambiaría. El verbo es cambiar. Cambiaría. Basically, it's like this would is added at the end of the verb with that ría. Okay? No lo traduzco directo. Or, I mean, no se puede. It doesn't have a specific translation. Como can, could, etc. Must. Okay, no. In this case, se fusiona en el buy. Okay, so en el verbo. So I would buy. Compraría. Y este se le olvidó. No, because it doesn't have a specific meaning. Like when we say, right, do you work? Do no tiene un specific meaning. Solo indica que es una pregunta, right? Do you work? trabajas. ¿Y qué se me hizo esto? Se fusiona con el verbo. So in this case, this is something similar, right? It doesn't have a specific translation, guys, but it's part of that possibility for any verb, not just could, okay? Because could is a possibility, but just for that verb, poder, just for poder, podría. But I won't say always podrías, right? I can say it is similar because podrías comprar, podrías volver, podrías quedarte, podrías dar. It's similar. But in this case, we go straight out to the verb. Okay? We do the change directly in the verb. Okay? Ya no es podrías cambiar, no es cambiarías. Possibilities. I would change this product. He would buy. There again. And the negative, as always, what happened? The same old story. We add to the auxiliary or to the helping verb, to the modal verb, we add what? Not. Same old story. It's always the same in English. Would not, that is the negative. And of course that we, like most of them, we have a contracted form that is this one in this case, right? Wouldn't. I would not stay in this place. I wouldn't stay in this place. And the question, this is the negative. And the question, same story. We send the auxiliary, the modal, at the beginning, before the person. And there we have a question. Remember that in English, not just for this, right? I always recommend my students to analyze the language, to understand the language. No go one by one. Okay, today I'm gonna work with you. Today I'm gonna work with this, with would, and one by one. No, all of them are the same, so we can understand. Y como una pregunta en pasado, y como una pregunta, ¿dónde pongo el verbo? ¿Y a dónde el auxiliar? Y para cada uno voy a estar preguntando. No, it's not necessary. Because for all of them is the same. What you can ask, what is the auxiliary to indicate past? What is the auxiliary to indicate future? What is the auxiliary to indicate a possibility? That's the question. Okay, that's the question. But in this case, the position, no, is the same. If you want a question, at the beginning, before the person. Okay, if you want a negative, add not after the auxiliary. So it's the same if you want to do a question, if you want to do a negative form. For all the different tenses, for all the different situations, okay, that you have an auxiliary. Remember that, please. It's the same. You don't have to go one by one. Okay, so that is the possibilities. And there we have a very good instrument to ask, to talk about possibilities. Okay, possibilities. So we are not for sure. Possibilities. Okay, is less, is even less than will. Do you remember that will is a possibility, right? No tengo el dinero, no tengo, just the idea, just my wishes. Pero bueno, me estoy proyectando al futuro. But in this case queda todavía más abajo del will porque es una posibilidad todavía más baja because it's just I would go. Okay, I would participate. We don't have nothing for sure, just a possibility. Okay, so I would like to, okay, so complete the statement or questions. I would, this is affirmative, right? I would like. And in this case, we have, look at this. Okay, I want to say something here. Okay, I didn't say this part. In this part, what is the difference between the first part and this? In this. What is the difference between the sentences of this group and the sentences of the second group? What is the difference?
Is like.
Okay, that's correct. The difference is that in this, in group number 2, we are using just the verb like. That is the difference. The difference is that in group number 2, we are combining would with like in all the sentences. And in group number 1, we have different verbs. So that's the difference. The only point is that they are combining here would, okay, because in that case, it's very common to use this combination. I would like, is very common. That is the point. That is a very common combination. ¿Ok? ¿Te gustaría ir a la reunión conmigo? ¿Te gustaría ir a tomar un café? ¿Te gustaría ir a la fiesta? ¿Te gustaría ir a cenar? ¿Te gustaría, I don't know, right? So we can do a lot of questions in different environments with this combination, would and like. That is the difference, that they are using specifically with like because it's the most common combination. ¿Ok? No le ando preguntando a medio mundo, would you buy? ¿Comprarías esto? ¿Comprarías lo otro? Es más, ¿cómo decir? ¿Cómo decir? ¿Cómo decir? Would you like? ¿Te gustaría? Tal cosa, lo otro. Okay, this is a very common combination, but it's the same. Basically, it's the same. Okay, so if you see here 2 groups, it's because of that, because this is the most common combination. Very, very used, okay, for many questions or for many, let's say, comments. You see? That is the only difference. But the rest is exactly the same. It's like any other verb. It's like change, it's like buy, it's like state, it's like give, it's like work, etc. Okay, so don't get confused because why do we have 2? No. And in this case, remember, in this case, just what I said many times, right? I would like to change. Look, here we have to. Después de like usamos to. Esté would o no esté would, chicos. Ok, después de like usamos to antes del segundo verbo. Ok, because este es el auxiliar, este es el primer verbo principal y este es el segundo verbo. Ok, so I would like to change. He would like to buy. They wouldn't like to come back. Would you like to get? Okay, you see? So that is the other difference. That if you have like, generalmente necesito un segundo verbo porque no estoy directo con la acción. So, necesito un segundo verbo. What happened? Agregue to antes del otro verbo. And in this case, no, right? Because I have the action directly. would buy. He would like to buy there again. Le gustaría comprar ahí. Y la otra que dice, compraría ahí. It's not a big difference, right? It's another way to say it, maybe. It's not a big difference. So but take into account that if you add like, don't forget to add the main verb and to in the middle. To in the middle. Not like buy, like come back, like get. No. Like to get, like to change, like to buy. And not just when you have would. I insist on that with some of you many times. While you are speaking, this is one of the most common observations that I give. Like what? Like to, I like to dance. Some people say, right? I like to dance. No, I like dance. I like to dance. Okay, so this is the structure, with and without would. Don't forget it, please. Okay, so let's go back to this part. Okay, but for you to speak with your classmates, let's go to the breakout rooms so you can solve it faster. Maybe you can say, okay, I'm gonna do number 1 and number 2, you do number 3 and number 4, and I don't know. Okay, so let me send this to the group and give me a second to create the breakout rooms. Okay, and try to help your classmates. If you see that they forget to in the middle, but those are not mine, teacher. Pero es que esas no eran las mías. No, but you supposed to work with your classmates, right? So tell them. Todos tienen que mandarlas al chat o hacer un solo documento y ahí la van viendo. Y no, es que yo ya hice las mías. Ya apagué la cámara, ya no hablé nada. No, you're supposed to be with the interaction with your classmates and continue speaking. Usted hizo sus dos, pero vea las de los otros. Está bien, está de acuerdo. Hay que ayudarle a la compañera, al compañero. Continue speaking, okay? So let me share in the group. No, this is not the group. Oh, yes. Ah, yes, it is. Okay, so now let me create the breakout rooms. Well, but I'm gonna take the attendance before you leave to the breakout rooms. I don't know if you have any question or something that you can say. Ay, ahí, ¿cómo es eso? Eso me confunde. Esto aquí, esto allá. While I'm opening the attendance, if you have any question, go ahead. No doubts, no questions? Okay, I'm gonna mention your names fast. Mauricio Barrientos? No. No. Andrés Armando?
Present, teacher.
Okay, sir. Patricia Carolina?
Present, teacher.
Okay, Miss Carla María? No. Juan Carlos? No. Elizabeth? Never. Carlos Francisco? Isaac Adalberto?
Present, teacher.
Okay, sir. Katia Marcela?
Present.
Okay. Giancarlo? No. Carla Patricia? No, right. Basti Elizabeth?
Present.
Okay. Gerson, well, never. Guillermo José?
Here.
Okay, sir. Rafael Edgardo.
Present.
Okay. José Dagoberto. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, now it's 29th, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, now let me go back to Zoom and I will create the breakout rooms. And you can work. Okay, we'll do group of 3 and 4. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, let me see. Okay, everybody's is here now with us, okay, in the main room. Okay, so tell me yours, okay? Tell me yours. Let's start with Miss Miranda. Tell me your sentences, just yours, okay? Not the whole group. Each person will say one or two, okay? But tell me yours. One or two, Miss Miranda.
One. I would like to travel around the world.
Okay, I would like to travel around the world. Okay. Just that? Just one? One or two? Just one? Okay, just one, Miss Miranda. Okay, so let's continue. Go ahead, Mr. Baisa. One or two? You decide.
Mr. Trujillo, one now, drink beer.
Mr. Trujillo, what?
One now, drink beer.
Mr. Trujillo, one now.
Well, sis, that's it.
Let me see. I'm looking for the Mr. Trujillo wouldn't.
Wouldn't drink beer.
Okay, Mr. Trujillo wouldn't drink a beer. Okay, okay, yeah, maybe. Mr. Trujillo wouldn't drink a beer. Okay, no, right? No, no lo haría. No bebería. Okay, okay. Miss Rodriguez. Remember the pronunciation, Mr. Baisa. Negative, wouldn't. Can you repeat with me, please? Wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
Okay, there you are. What's yours, Miss Rodriguez?
Would she buy a new dress?
Okay, would she buy a new dress? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Rodriguez, you always thinking in clothes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's correct. Very good. That's a possibility, right? Would she buy a dress? Okay, Mr. Fuentes, I don't know if you changed one. Because I listened to, right? So maybe, but one was similar to the example. So did you change that one?
Yes. And number 2, Mr. Trujillo wouldn't pay all the food the restaurant for the weekend.
Okay, Mr. Trujillo wouldn't pay.
Wouldn't pay all the food the restaurant for the weekend.
Wouldn't pay all the food in the restaurant for the weekend. On weekend, maybe on week. Oh, what is the idea, Mr. Excuse me? Can you say that in Spanish?
Que Mr. Trujillo no pagaría toda la comida del restaurante para el fin de semana.
Yeah, that's what you said in English. But in Spanish and English, it doesn't make sense for me. I mean, in a real situation, right? I don't know, but in Spanish, not in English, because that's what exactly that you said in English. But I said, okay, what's the idea? But yeah, I understood that, but I wanted to know specifically the idea because it sounds a little bit weird for me. You know, no va a pagar toda la comida en el restaurante el fin de semana. I don't know. I don't have, it sounds a little bit weird for me. Tal vez sea yo, okay, excuse me, pero no capto ahí, o sea, la idea, exacto. But grammatical is correct, okay, grammatical is correct. But no sé cuál será el contexto, maybe we need a context, okay, the whole conversation in your mind, okay, so, but grammatical is correct, Mr. Fuentes, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so can you tell me, can you repeat one? Yours, Mr. Ramirez, one.
Number 1, I would like to dance merengue.
Okay, I would like to dance merengue. Correct. Would like to dance. Okay, two in the middle. Possibility. Okay, in my party, right? In my birthday, on Christmas. When,
like-
mister? When,
Yes.
mister? Christmas?
Yes,
At Christmas?
no, other party. For example, we are meeting familiars different occasion.
Celebrations.
Yes, celebration. Yes, graduation, for example,
Okay. Any.
occasion. Sí.
Any kind of meeting. Okay, so
Yeah.
you are a dancer. I see you're a dancer. Okay,
Yes.
Miss Patricia Maya, can you tell me one, please? Again.
Would she like to cook dinner for Christmas?
Can you repeat me? Excuse me.
Would she like to cook dinner for Christmas?
Okay, there we are. Would she like to cook dinner for Christmas? That's correct. Okay, thanks, guys. You see, that's what you have done. Okay, the would and possibilities, the negative that are not possible, things that are not possible. Okay, so that is the use of would. The main points are that one, right? You can combine would like, or with any other verb that make the ending ria, because it's a possibility, basically, right? And we can do requests, right? We can, I don't know, would you help me? We can use could you, can you, or would you help me? Like a possibility, right? ¿Me ayudarías? Would you help me? Okay, could be too. So as it's the same situation that we can use any of these modal verbs in the same situation. Okay, it's possible to use one. You see that we have more than one possibility. For the same situation, we can use any of them. So that's the idea, that you have a variety of possibilities, of options, and that makes the fluency, right? When we use one way, other way, different ways to say it, even the same. Okay, so that's the idea. Well, if you don't have any question, let me go again to the game, okay, of the vocabulary for this week. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second, please. The vocabulary for this week. I already have for next week. Okay, I was preparing the class and I already have the extra material for next week. In the previous classes, we were talking about a couple of slangs or expressions, right? This week, this vocabulary. And next week, we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna add some words that in Spanish are the same. But in English, there is one word for the specific situation. Okay, in Spanish, the same word for different meanings. Okay, but in English, one word depending on the intention. That's what we're gonna study as extra material next week, because I was preparing your class for next week. Unit 3 and that extra material. But now let's continue with this. Give me a second, please. Okay, I'm gonna show you I think we haven't done this one. I'm gonna show you some. Before it is complete. Okay, you're gonna tell me the word. No, it's not that one. Okay, you're gonna tell me true or false to these statements that you will see here. Some of them were we could listen in the video, and some of them no, right? So you have to guess. But let's see the first. Can you read this one, Miss Amaya? Okay, read it, Mr. Ramirez, please.
True.
Thanksgiving
It's true. It's true.
is only celebrating the USA.
Okay, but the statement, right? Thanks, Miss. I think it was Miss Miranda. Thanksgiving is only celebrated in USA?
It is true.
True. Yeah, it's false. Remember that the video, and well, not the video, but I mentioned that it's celebrated in Canada too, right? When?
Yes.
When? Do you remember?
For third day of November,
No, but in United States, but in Canada?
October.
In October, correct. In October, correct. So we said that it was celebrated not just in USA, but in Canada too. Okay, next, can you read the idea, when do Americans, can you
Celebrate.
read
When do Americans celebrate Thanksgiving days? Nowadays. Nowadays.
Nowadays.
Nowadays.
Okay, when?
The fourth Tuesday. Letter D.
Letter D, on the 4th Thursday of November. That's correct. That I said the last, right? I know sometimes there are 4. Okay, can you read next? When is?
When is Thanksgiving celebrated in Canada?
Celebrated. In Canada. A, B, C, D.
B.
copy, okay. And notice it says on, right? The preposition that we use is on. Okay, thanks, correct. On, because we are talking about the days. Next, can you read the next, please?
True.
Go ahead, mister.
The thing is religious holiday.
Okay, Thanksgiving is a religious
Religious holiday.
holiday.
It's true.
Someone said false and someone says true, but the first person said false. So let's see. Yeah, it's false. It's not a religious. Okay, remember, it's not religious. When they said they thanks God, but it's not from the church. Okay, can you read the next, please?
When did the first colonists from England, the Pilgrims, arrive in America?
Okay. I said that.
B.
Can you read the number?
B.
Yeah, can you read the number, please? Two.
Yeah.
2 by 2, Mr. Baisa. 2 by 2.
2 by 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2 by
16.
16.
20.
20.
Correct. That's the way that we read it, right? We don't have to say 1,620. No, 1620. 2 by 2. 1884. 1492. 1721. 2 by 2. That's correct. Very good. Next question. Who wants to read next question? Where?
Where did the Pilgrims
Where did the Pilgrims sail from?
Okay, where did pilgrims sail from? Okay, they didn't mention that and I didn't say it. So guess.
London.
No. Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Okay.
Plymouth.
Yes.
Mhm.
What was the name of the pilgrims ship? Easy.
Lady B. The
The
Mayflower.
Mayflower.
The Mayflower.
Correct. Very good, guys. The Mayflower. That's correct. Okay, can you read this question for me, please? What? Miss Rodriguez, can you read this question, please?
What year was the celebration that is most commonly considered to be the first Thanksgiving?
Okay, to be the first Thanksgiving, commonly considered. Correct, Miss Rodriguez.
1622?
1622, yeah, because it was 1 year after they arrived. Correct. Where? Can you read this one, Mr. Baisa? Where?
Where did the Pilgrims celebrate the feast and Thanksgiving?
Okay, first, with a first. Thanksgiving, okay. Where?
In Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Okay, that's correct. That's the way that they arrived. So they celebrated in that place. Okay, the last one for today. Can you read this question, please? Miss Amaya, are you around now? La primera no me la leyó. Ahora sí, okay, go. How long?
How long did the first Thanksgiving dinner last?
Okay.
Number D.
Letter
Letter
D. Okay. No.
No.
3 days. 3 days. It lasts. Remember that I told you this verb, guys. Last. Dura. Dura, right? No es el último. In this case, it's not like el último. In this case, it's a verb. Last. How long did it last? ¿Cuánto duró? How long does it last? ¿Cuánto dura? For example, if you are in a movie in the cinema, right? Or maybe in a meeting in the office. The question is, how long does it last? ¿Y cuánto dura? How long does it, in the case of a meeting, in the case of a movie, right? How long does this or does it last? Okay, so that is a good point, right? Last, remember, is a verb, durar, okay? It lasts, okay? It lasts 2 hours. It lasts just some minutes. Dura, okay? Well, we're gonna stop here. Tomorrow we're gonna continue with the last part. Okay, so I like because we can remember. You can speak, you can read, okay, and maybe some vocabulary here, right? Not just the vocabulary, but in part of the words in the sentences. Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna continue because this is the week of Thanksgiving. Vocabulary and situations. Okay, so let's continue. Let me change. I'm gonna share another presentation. But first, let me open Classroom. Let me see if you are already in Classroom. Okay, I have here Mr. No, this is not the new. Let me see. Okay, I have Patricia. Excellent, Miss Amaya. You're there already. Excellent. Okay, Patricia, Guillermo, Mr. is correct. Guillermo Enrique Baiza. Si tiene otro last name, agréguelo, Mr. Baiza. José Mauricio Barrientos is complete. ¿Quién es Joe Black? ¿Me puede eliminar ese Joe Black? O, voy a decir esto en español, ¿ok? Si me elimina, por favor, ¿quién puso Joe Black? O si ya está con otro correo completo. Y si no está con correo completo, por favor, cámbiele el nombre real, right? Your full name. Joe Black. No, nadie que esté aquí. No, ok, bueno. Si no, elimínelo, por favor, o cámbiele su nombre completo, porque eso no se admite, Joe Black. Daniel,
Creo que él no iba a estar hoy en la clase, creo que no iba a poder, ahí le mandó un mensaje en el grupo.
¿Y quién es Joe Black?
I don't know.
No, entonces, ¿por qué me dice que no va a estar hoy en la clase?
Es que él puso mensaje, él le puso mensaje.
Ah,
Así está en todo, teacher.
ya. Ok, entonces, ok, no me había percatado. Es como no me aparecen los nombres, la verdad, ni veo ahí que arribita que dice. Ok, thanks, Mr. Baiza. Got it. Ahí voy a ver entonces, si mañana digo quién era. Thanks.
Creo que dijo que era José Jerez.
José Jerez. Ok,
Sí.
José es Dagoberto. Dagoberto, no está en clase. Ok, mañana entonces voy a pedirle. Sí, porque no está. El problema es si no lo eliminan, pues bueno, ¿verdad? Queda ahí de más y quién es. Van a decir o no existe, pero el problema es que si se registra con ese nombre no va a ser válido. Ok, so yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Baiza. Mañana entonces voy a ver si le mando un mensaje, si no me duermo. Ok. Then we have, right, Daniel, it's correct, Rafael. So thanks, Mr. Fuentes, you're so nice. Now you have your name complete. I appreciate it a lot. Okay. And Marcela, correct. Suhan, correct. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Solo Isaac. Basti. Let me see. Isaac, Basti. Let me go back. Isaac. You are not in classroom. Todavía no está en classroom, mister. ¿Verdad? Correct?
No, es cierto, es cierto. El link falta. Que no
el
me
link.
agarró a mí.
No, ok, escriba, sir. Escriba, por favor. Si no le agarró, escriba ahí en el grupo que usted no ha podido inscribirse para ver si le ayudan. O vuelva a intentarlo, tal vez fue el internet, porque si todos ya lo han logrado entrar, es que probablemente no es el link el problema. Entonces, inténtelo de nuevo y si no, comuníquese. Ya, but as soon as possible, please. Mañana vuelvo a checar porque ya vamos sobre la segunda semana, entonces sí ya necesito que no vayamos alargando eso. Por favor, sir. Ok, Mr. Rodríguez. Do me that favor. If you're so nice. Basti, quiero ver si ya está Basti. ¿No está Basti?
No, Lick, yo no, Miss, yo no, es lo que le consultaba y esa es la parte que yo no había comprendido. Entonces ahora en la reunión que hicimos con Miss Rodríguez y Mr. Guillermo Baiza, ahí nos aclaró cómo es la cosa. Yo honestamente no había entendido.
Ah, ok. Es que usted me preguntó de tarea.
Ajá, entonces, o sea,
Entonces,
pero,
tarea no enviamos. Pero sí,
ajá,
como les dije, le comentaba, bueno, lo único que había comentado es que vuelvo a decir ahorita, pero como les digo, estas cosas trato de decirlas en español también, para que nadie se me pierda. Entonces recuerdo, pero como le digo, a veces ni cuenta me doy si hablo, honestamente, a veces nos pasa, ¿verdad? Que no sé si
sí,
estaba en inglés o en español, o de repente cambiamos el switch de español o a inglés y no nos damos cuenta. Quizás no me di cuenta, pero recuerdo que siempre di estas cosas, las digo también en español incluso. Pero igual, el link lo enviaron y la indicación en el grupo. Todavía no se ha registrado, ¿tuvo algún problema?
no, aún no me he registrado, es que no sé cómo funciona. Y disculpas que es la primera vez
Ah,
que estudio así en línea, entonces no
ok.
sé nada de esto.
Ah, ok. Pero
Ujú.
recuerde, si tienen ahí a los compañeros que la pueden apoyar, excelente. Si no, como les dije, escriban al grupo y digan
Sí,
que no ha podido inscribirse, que si le pueden apoyar. Yo tengo entendido que hay un grupo técnico administrativo que está a la orden para apoyarlos cuando ustedes tengan algún tipo de esos problemas. Yo en eso sí no le puedo ofrecer porque realmente no entro en el link de registro, pero tengo entendido que solo hace el link, escribe, básicamente es aceptar el link, creo, o no,
sí,
chicos.
lo intentaré después, no sé.
¿Cómo es? Si es breve, si le pueden ayudar brevemente, si no es largo el proceso, si alguien se lo puede describir qué es lo que hace. Porque por lo menos a mí cuando me envían, no sé por qué, si es porque es de teacher, pero cuando a mí me envían el link, yo solo doy, quieren aceptar clase conjunta como maestro, aceptar y punto. Y ya entro.
Y yo le dije que le iba a explicar después de clase.
Ah, ok,
Ajá.
ok. Bueno, en todo caso, si no logra, pues ahí que funcione, pues ahí, como les había dicho, también en el grupo, pregunten. ¿Ok?
Sí, gracias. Ujú.
Bueno, pero sí necesito que se me inscriban. Ok, y que manden, eso es lo que dije, Miss Miranda. Ok, voy a repetirlo de nuevo. Y que envíen la actividad número 1. Ok, chicos, para todos de nuevo y en Spanish, ok. Envíenme por favor la actividad número 1. Quiero ver quiénes. Cuando yo revisé, solo una persona la había enviado, que fue el lunes o martes. Quiero ver si alguien más ya la envió. Sí, no, solo una persona más la ha enviado. ¿Quién? Patricia, ok. Ok, Patricia recién vino, ya me la envió y los que han estado toda la semana anterior no me lo han enviado. Por favor, chicos, por favor envíenle. Ese es fácil, hasta ya la solucionamos rapidito juntos. Ok, porque recuerden, no va a haber mucho tiempo, vamos a salir de vacaciones, van a cerrar y hay que mandar eso rapidito. Solo califiqué la de quién que mandó de Suhan, pero ella no está ahorita, creo. Y ahorita que la acaba de enviar Patricia, los demás no la han enviado. Ok, vayamos enviando, por favor. Eso es lo que decía. Bueno, todos los días casi lo he dicho. Ok, y nuevamente se los solicito. ¿verdad? Y en español para que no haya ningún problema, que me envíen, que a eso me refería, envíen la actividad 1. Recuerden, solo la 1 que tiene 2 ejercicios. Vea que tenga las 2 paginitas adjuntas. Archivos separados o el mismo, no importa. ¿Ok? Por cierto, Basti, bueno, tal vez ahí me imagino también le va a ayudar Miss Rodríguez. ¿Ok? Pero para enviar la tarea, usted tiene que llamarla. Como me dice que es primera vez que está en línea, tal vez eso también le ayude o tal vez eso no lo tenga tampoco tan ya practicado. Entonces, cuando usted envía la tarea, hace su archivo como cuando está enviando un correo. ¿Ok? Tiene que dejar el archivo en una parte de su computadora como cualquier documento o en su teléfono, no sé dónde va a trabajar. Entonces, lo que hace es, hay como en los correos electrónicos, ahí usted llama el archivo, ¿ok? Le da clic, lo adjunta. Si son 2 separados, vuelve a llamar como el correo. Vuelve a llamar el otro archivo, si los tiene separados, como son 2 ejercicios, y ya mándalo adjuntar. Ya cuando tiene los 2, ya le da enviar y tiene que darle al final entregar, porque si no le dan entregar, no aparecen entregados. Aparece, pero no aparece solo en asignados. Y yo reviso entregados. Y a veces me dicen, sí, ya lo envié, y yo reviso y no están en entregados, están en asignados. Hasta que uno abre ahí, es que ve que ya está el archivo. ¿Ok? Existe esa confusión. A veces, si no, al final no le dan entregar. Así es que no se olviden de darle al final entregar. ¿Ok? Así es que ahí rapidito, Miranda, espero que la oriente un poquito eso, ¿verdad? O si no, tal vez también incluye eso en el training, Miss Rodríguez.
Gracias.
Ok. Bueno, ahí estamos. Y cualquier cosa, pregunte, Miss Miranda. Ok. Si yo puedo ayudarla, con gusto. Si no, pues en el grupo. Si gusta, primero intente acá. Ok. Y en la clase directamente yo comparto. Es mejor porque así nos entendemos mejor quizás en la clase. Ok. Porque es como que más directo. Yo le comparto, yo le muestro y todo. Ok. Con gusto. Ya le había pues ofrecido ahí el apoyo. Así es que reiterándolo. Ok. Pero déme de decirme. Porque si no, pues I just know. Ok, ahí le veo que le enviaron unos ¿qué? Los links
Tutorial.
sí, que mandaron la coordinadora lo mandó también ahí al inicio. Ok, eso se los han reenviado y pues tal vez le ayuden también. Que es más práctico así, más rápido, puntualmente lo que le acabo de comunicar, pero sería bueno que lo chequeen, más la ayuda de mi Rodríguez, creo que no va a haber problema. Ok, so let me see. Okay, we have time. I don't know if you have any question about that information, about anything in classroom, in the activities. Okay, anything, please tell me. No. Okay, so let's continue. Let me change. Okay, so now, can you tell me, let's speak about things that if you have, what would you do? Listen, what would you do? Possibility, right? What would you do? But please speak and participate. What would you do if you have the opportunity to, let's say, to do a social labor, a social labor? What would you do? What group of people or what social group would you help if you had the opportunity? Okay? I'm going to give you 3 or 4 minutes to think. But if you're ready, tell me. Okay, but I'm gonna wait for your answers 3 minutes. But if you're ready, before the 3 minutes, just let me know. So the question is, because remember, we are practicing would possibilities, right? It's not something real. It's not something for sure. So what would you do if you have the opportunity to help someone, a specific social group? Maybe children, maybe domestic violence, okay? Maybe elder people. You know elder people? Old people, right? Very old people. Maybe pets in the street, I don't know, on the street. Maybe any other kind of violence, maybe, right? Or maybe not just violence, but that's the main problems, right, that we have. Or maybe drug abusers, I don't know. So, I don't know. So choose one. Maybe you already have something in mind, right? Maybe. In my case, I would like to help. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, something similar. I want you to give me your comments, your reasons, similar, even better in the way that I will do it. Okay, so but just let me give you an example. In my case, I would really like to help children that are orphans or abused children, but I don't think that I would be strong enough to deal with that situation, because I think that my feelings will have an interference, because I will feel, I think, too bad, okay, if I'm in contact with those children and I can really help all of them. And I would have to let them, okay, maybe in the orphanage, maybe with the person who does the violence, I don't know. So I think that I wouldn't be strong enough to deal with that feeling. But I would love to work with children, with that kind of children, even teaching English, for free. Maybe if I would have the opportunity, maybe 1 hour, I don't know, if I would have the time and the opportunity, I would like to teach them for free English, okay? Or maybe something else, some other activity. So, but because I don't think that I'm strong enough to deal with that feeling, maybe with, I think I can be, or I would be strong enough to deal with the problem of domestic violence and give support to that women who suffer domestic violence. So I would like to work with those two kind of groups, social, let's say, social reasons. Okay, you see, that is the idea. That's what I ask you, please, to do. Okay, give me the way that you will feel. What would you do that? Would you do it? I wouldn't do it because I would like, but I wouldn't do it because it's too strong for me. Just like me, right? In my case. Okay, so I'm using I would like, or I would do this, but I don't think that I wouldn't be strong enough. Okay, so that's the idea. Give me your reasons, give me the social group, why, etc. Anything. The idea is to include would or wouldn't, because Are possibilities, just possibilities. Okay, while you're thinking, I'm gonna look for Joe Black and I'm gonna send a message in this moment. Let me see here. Say Joe Black, Joe Black. But if you're ready, tell me, okay? Okay, guys, you know that I love that you speak, let's say, naturally, right? That you speak at the moment. But in this case, maybe it's good that you write, okay? That you write your ideas. And because it's almost time and nobody is giving me. So tomorrow, we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to share with you the pronunciation. Now that we study would, could, and should, I think. Oh, well, if we didn't study should, I will mention it. But anyway, the pronunciation, the possible pronunciation that we have, okay? Because we don't have just one pronunciation for would and could and should. So tomorrow we're going to talk about those different pronunciations when using could and would, okay? And after that explanation, you will share the, let's say, the comments that maybe you will redact, okay? And that you will elaborate, okay? So in these minutes that you did, maybe you have time. I hope that you have time to do it. It doesn't have to be so long. So maybe you can take 5 minutes to improve or to complete, okay? To elaborate the comments that you will tell to all the group, okay? Because that's the idea. Quizás acá sí vamos a hacerlo, que lo escriban y nos lo compartan, ¿ok? Me gusta que contesten en el momento y así hago pregunta y automático, pero más espontáneos. Pero ahorita quizás con el would and wouldn't, para que lo elaboremos, lo procesemos, por favor escríbanlo. Lo que hicieron ahora, complementenlo, que no tiene que ser toda una página, digamos unas 6 líneas, 5 líneas. Tal vez ahora ya hicieron 3 o por lo menos, right? Entonces, espero que tomen el tiempo porque estas son las cositas que nos ayudan a buscar vocabulario, a buscar pronunciación y a ver si estoy poniendo correctamente las cosas. ¿Ok? Entonces, para aprender y para avanzar, necesitamos, chicos, invertir más tiempo que la clase. ¿Ok? Se necesita invertir más tiempo de la clase si queremos realmente avanzar y mejorar el idioma. ¿Ok? Así es que no es solo de la clase y ahí está todo y aquí es salón súper, right? Que de ahí sacó todo. No necesitamos. Hay tanto que aprender que necesitamos. También hacer estas pequeñas, ahora sí es pequeña tarea, Miss Miranda, ¿ok? Pero no para Classroom, sino que para compartirla. ¿Ok? Espero que lo hagan porque es voluntario. No les voy a decir que es nota, porque no es nota, pero así se aprende mejor aún. So I hope that you do it. Okay? So that's it. I don't take more of your time. Thanks for your attendance and for your participation. It's been a pleasure. Sleep tight. Descansen. Sleep tight.
Thanks.
See you
Thanks.
tomorrow.
See you. Good night, sir.
Yeah,
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Tomorrow.
See ya. Take care.